let's fly away.
Melvin Leroy just subscribed. Thanks for coming in today. Cinnamon, 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 cinnamon.
Thanks, Brant. Thanks for coming in today. Cinnamon, 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 cinnamon. Cinnamon, 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 cinnamon. I'm back. For training, I'm back in the sim. And I have a Fenix A320 with a bald eagle on the tail. Frontier won the vote. I'm also officially type rated on the Airbus A320 as of 6 days ago. Melvin Leroy, Eric Flight, Jay Smitty, Zach Borteg, all 4 of you. Virtue USA Flying Club admin, thank you so much for stopping by the stream to get it started here. This is the Fenix A320. I am an A320 type rated pilot now. Let's see how badly I can screw this up. Let's lower the music a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's see how badly Mike can screw up the Fenix A320. Alright, real quick, we got GPU, external power is on, so the aircraft is lit up from the external power. And that's pretty much it. I haven't done anything else. All I've done is got this thing powered with external power. And then I'm going to run through... And I'm going to run through company checklists, but I'm going to do it in my head, chat. Because I can't be giving company proprietary information to the stream. Just how it is. So, I'm going to run through some checklists on my fancy work tablet. But I'm going to kind of do it in my head. Because I can't really tell you exactly word for word what everything is. Because then my company might get pissed. And, but I'm going to go ahead and receive the aircraft as if it was given to me with the GPU only. So I'm going to go through everything real quick. I've already done the alignment. Good. Alright, so we got to do... let's see. I wonder if this actually has this. I bet you it doesn't have it. Nope, doesn't. Okay, so it doesn't have that. Some Airbuses do and some Airbuses don't. It does have this. I got to back it up. We gotta back our butts up here real quick. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, APU fire test is good. We'll test engine 1 fire. Red light, squib, discharge. Engine fire, red light down there. Okay, very good. And then engine 2. Test. Squib, discharge, red fire light, come down. Engine fire, red light there. Excellent. Alright, very good. So the aircraft is considered received. I am going to FO orient myself, chat, since I am an FO. I'm going to be messing around with the camera angle the whole flight. It's just the way it is with MSFS, so bear with me on that. I apologize. Alright, let's go ahead and do some flows here. So I'm going to start out. All my brightnesses are good. These are good. We're going to go ahead and reset the time because I haven't done anything yet. I will set my panels now. There is currently no ATC on VATSIM. I am connected to VATSIM. No ATC at El Paso though. So really, all I'm worried about right now is on COM 1. I should be on 122.8. That is literally all I need to worry about right now, since that's what's going on VATSIM. No reason to listen to VHS 2. I got the interphone on. We'll go ahead and hot mic. Just in case ground crew needs to get a hold of us. Worry about the squawk. I'm just going to give myself a squawk again since there's no ATC. I'm just going to save my squawk as 5656. Why not? Doesn't really matter. Do auto. We're going to do number 2 since the FO is flying. That's me above TARA. Quick oxygen mask test. Can only do that button. Can't do some of the other stuff that you need to do, but the oxygen's good. So that's a flow right there. You guys keeping up? Kenny Monster, thanks for coming in today. I'm going to try not to go too fast, chat. Let's get into some of the Fenix specific stuff here. So here's some neat information right on this tablet. So they give you this tablet, you got Fenix stuff, it gives you departure performance, which we'll get to down the road here, arrival performance, nav graph. I don't have that set up. I do have the pilot briefing set up from SimBrief, so I can actually see my pilot briefing right here. Yeah, even though it's listed me as captain, I'm actually the FO on this flight. The dispatcher made a mistake there, but you can see it's got all my fuel, my min block, min takeoff, everything, and it's got their haul route, winds, all pretty much everything you need. So that's good right there. Let's go ahead and scroll that down. I'm going to need some of this information later, but we'll go ahead and what we're going to do is we're going to start boarding. So I've already kind of got this set up, but we're going to load the aircraft, and we're going to do fast time. I don't need to wait 27 minutes for this thing to load, so we're just going to do fast time loading. So they're going to start loading up the aircraft with the fuel, the cargo, and the passengers that I've decided to put on board, and that should happen fairly quickly. And then, like I said, we'll continue to play with some more of this Fenix stuff. For some reason I say Fenix every now and then, it's Fenix. We're going to play with some of this Fenix stuff as we go along here. So bear with me. But we're going to go right into the MCDU now, which is the next part. And since I'm the pilot flying, I'm going to be the one that's loading the FMCU, at least initially. There's a lot of different acronyms for ways to load the Airbus. There's diffrips, diafrips, stiffer whips. Just a bunch of different acronyms that all, you know, every airline kind of does things their own way. So I'm going to load the box the way that my company has taught me how to do it. I'm not going to tell you which acronym it is, but if you follow along close enough, you'll probably be able to kind of sort of figure it out, maybe. We'll see. Good luck. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the data. And not exactly current. Apparently the most recent database in VATSIM 2020 is the August 12th of 2021 to September 8th of 2021, which is kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. And we don't have any performance, anything, whatever. That in the real airplane, there's usually like a performance code, and that's handled by maintenance, so I'm not really worried about that. Since we did the SimBrief, all the SimBrief stuff, which I'll just go ahead and show you real quick, right here on the second monitor, you know, got SimBrief everything, and you load everything up the way you want it. It pulls a lot of information for you, actually, when you give it, like, I gave it the real-world flight and the number, and it just pulled everything for me, more or less. Looks like we got a crew, what the, flight level 320, I don't think that's right. But we had it as flight level 35. Either way, we're going to go up to flight level 350, I believe. Oh, no, it is only 320 and then 310. At Lavin, we have to descend to 310 because it's, oh, okay, because it's, yeah, it's a little bit, it starts out going a little bit west and then it goes going east. Okay, so 320 then, fair enough. 320, I got to check my, I got to redo my flight plan real quick then. 320. Okay. So that's all that in there, and then so watch what happens, chat. Now that I have all that information put into SimBrief, I can literally just hit this Init Request button, and it's going to populate some information for me. Boom. Got the departure arrival, no company route. It's got the alternate of Colorado Springs. I got to put in the flight number of 986. I got to put in my cost index. I'm going to use 35. It's just kind of a standard. We're going to start out at 320. I said 320 plane. 320. Temperature, we got to look. What's the average temperature going to be roughly? I think it's going to be minus 44 when I looked at it earlier. Let's see. 43, 43, 44, 41. Yeah, we're just going to call it minus 43 as the average temperature.
Good Fixins just subscribed. New type rating, who dis?
Good Fixins, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. New type rating, who dis? I appreciate it. Oh, I got to take care of Kenny's subscription that I always give to him real quick because it has been a while. So let me get that taken care of real quick.
Come fly with
There you go,
me.
Kenny Monster.
Let's fly away.
Kenny Monster just subscribed.
All right, very good, very good, very good. All right, so that page is done. So we did a data, we did our init. Now we go into our MCDU. We're going to go into our ACARS. We're going to do the flight init. And again, since I have all of that stuff put into SimBrief, I can just do an init data request. Bang. Look at how that goes right in there. Beautiful. There's a bunch of other stuff that I would be doing company-wise for the real airplane, but since this is a sim, there's not much else that I need to do in there. So we can go right next to the flight plan. So you can see it loaded my flight plan too for me, which is amazing. Because that's exactly what I would do in the real airplane as well. So that is awesome. You do not get the SID or the star loaded though. So you have to do that. So I'm going to load the SID here for El Paso. We are using, what runway are they using at El Paso? What was the plan runway? Real quick. Let me pull up the real flight on FlightAware on the off screen here and kind of cheat and see where they took off out of. Looks like they took off out of, what runway is that? It's 22. Looks like they took off from runway 22, so we're going to take off runway 22. It's the Akin 5 departure to Slink. So 22 Atkins 5 Slink, we'll insert that. And there we go, load the SID. Should all connect up. And then we're gonna have to load the arrival into Denver. Denver is currently using, what is Denver currently using? You land on at Denver there, Frontier. Looks like they landed on 3-5 left. They landed on 3-5 left is what it looks like according to FlightAware. 3-5 left. So we're going to go ahead and load in 3-5 left. So we'll go ahead and load in the ILS to 3-5 left. We are on the T-bar star. T-bar 2 off of Gondola. ILS 5. Approach vias. Are there any vias that we want to do on this approach? Let's see. Yeah, let's do 5 left. Sorry, chat. Let me just pull that up real quick. Go look at this star real quick. Eldora. Let's see. Is there anything for Eldora? Yeah, I can do it right off of Eldora. So we'll go ahead and we'll just we'll connect it all up. We'll insert that. So now we should have a flight plan that's fully connected from the SID all the way to the star to the approach and everything. T-bar goes right to Eldora, yeah, and it goes right into the ILS. So everything is loaded up and connected up as it should be. So now what we want to do here, Chad, is we're going to go to our plan page and we're going to verify all this. So we're going to go right to the tippity top and we're just going to go step by step and verify. So El Paso runway 22 to the 4,462 to Bivki. Then we've got Akin, Jebsu, Fepox, Bodie, Slink. Actually, let me put the constraints on here so we can see that when the time comes. So we got Bodie, Slink, Lavin, Gondola, Never. Morrow should be above. Let's see. Gondola, Never. Should be above flight level 270, which it is. And you can see right up here, plus 270. Again, bear with me, chat. I'm ignoring you guys. I'm sorry. Good fixing. Sounds good. I'll see you later. So we got Barrow. We got Lift. T-bar. Above 20, so between 20 and 22. Above 20 is fine. 250 and above 17 at MNARC. You see 21 and 17, 250 above MNARC. Bedouin below 15. Kush at 14 and 210. Ladora at 13 and 210. And then that's the approach going in and the missed approach. So it's all in there. So the flight plan has been verified, so we can come out of that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to load the winds. So So we come here. So if you saw real quick, I went to 1R up here. You got wind data, and I'm going to do a wind request. And once again, because I did the sim brief, it's going to populate my winds for me through the ACARs just like that. It's a beautiful thing. Climb, descent, all that good stuff. So that's all in there. It even loads my trouble pause for me in the init. So the flight plan page is done. Next we're going to go to the Rad Nav, and we're not super worried about anything on the Rad Nav here. If there was like company pages that had maybe like an engine out special procedure that required like a certain DRME off of VOR to turn a certain heading, we would hard tune those. I'm not going to worry about hard tuning. Actually, just for the sake of reference, we're going to hard tune El Paso. So what that does, chat, is when we hard tune El Paso is that eventually if we have the VOR on, you'll see this little M right here. It means that that's manually tuned, and without the M it's auto-tuned. So we got manually tuned El Paso on 1, auto-tuned on 2. And we'll play around more with this when we get into our climb phase. So again, bear with me. So we do there. We'll do init B is going to be our next one. So we go to the second page on the init, and this is where we're going to have to start pulling some numbers. So 0 fuel weight and 0 fuel weight CG, we're going to pull right from, okay, the aircraft is loaded, very good. We're going to pull right from our release here, from our OPF, or OP, excuse me. And actually, since the aircraft's fully loaded, I'm just going to go ahead and just straight up disregard this. I'm just going to put in the real numbers, since the aircraft's already loaded. So we have a 0 fuel weight of 13,440, so 1345. We're going to do 134.5. Actually, it looks like we just do 134.5. And we have a 0 fuel weight CG of 30.1. Alright, block fuel 17.7, so 17 point, we'll call it 8. Taxi out 0.4 is fine. This is going to kind of auto-calculate some numbers for us here. I want 45 minutes of reserve fuel, so let's go ahead, and that's close enough, 47. Our alternate fuel, and I'm going to look at on SimBrief here other way. Alternate fuel, we should have 2.7 for alternate fuel. I don't know why this automatically gives a negative. That's kind of silly, but it should be 2.7 for the alternate fuel. And when we get all that in there, we see that we have about 1.9 extra on fuel. So about 26 minutes of extra gas, including our alternate and our 45-minute reserve fuel. So that's all good. So that means we're going to be good. Plenty good on the fuel. So we're not super worried about that. What I'm going to do now is, because I'm getting a little bit far along here, before I finish up real quick, is I'm going to pretend now that I'm the captain. I'm going to go ahead and start the APU. So we'll get this on. You wait 3 seconds. You don't want the low oil pressure light to come on for that. And then you go ahead and start the APU, and the APU is just going to go ahead and run through its start sequence. Continue with the MCDU. Yes, we have iPads like that IRL. This is actually my company iPad. But I'm not going to show you what's on the other side of it because it's company information. So that's starting up. So next thing is going to do is performance. We're going to get to the takeoff performance later once we're getting closer to pushback. So we're not going to worry about that. But big thing we're looking for here is that it's got the managed climb. If we wanted a pre-selected climb speed, so out of Chicago O'Hare, you have to maintain 250 knots until advised. You would put 250 in the pre-select, and then it would hold 250 until you were to clear that out. Otherwise, it's just going to manage speed based on what the information, the flight plan information. Same with the cruise, the descent, all that's the same. And then approach, we'll worry about the approach and all that weather when we get closer to Denver. So that's not stuff we're right now. And then the last step, we just copy the active. And then technique thing would be to redestinate. So let's say we had an issue departing out of El Paso, like an engine failure, and we wanted to return back to El Paso. I'm going to go ahead and put in new destination of KELP. And look, now I've redestinated myself to El Paso. I'm going to get rid of all this garbage. And then I'm going to put an approach into El Paso. So we're going to do the ILS runway 22 in case we had to do like an emergency return. No star, no via. And now if we look at our secondary flight plan, boom, we could just immediately go ahead and, you know, activate that information. And then if we can go to the performance here, we go right to the approach part, and we can load the weather for El Paso, and that way if we did have to make an emergency return, we would have everything ready to go, including our landing speeds, and it would be one less thing to worry about in the air. That's why we do it on the ground. So 250 at 9, we don't worry about the gust. Temperature is 31, hot out here. And the altimeter is 2993. Again, this is a technique thing that I was taught through training that I am going to use. And then we can even look at the ILS-22 information, put the baro in. I'm not going to worry about that, chat, but I would also do that as well. So that's kind of the initial MCDU setup is pretty much right there. Bang, bang. So, done. Now I'm going to continue the rest of my flow. I don't need to worry about the, you know, we'll put the terrain on ND, because there is a little bit of mountainous terrain going towards Mexico there. So we'll keep the terrain on ND on for the mountainous terrain. We're going to turn both flight directors on. This is already set up how I want it. Our initial altitude on this departure, again, I don't have any ATC, at least the last I checked. It says assigned by ATC, so that doesn't help me any. I really don't know what the normal departure altitude would be necessarily. So I'm just going to take a guess. Just do a nice round number of 10,000 feet as my initial, and we're just going to kind of go from there, chat. That's just, actually, some of these you need to be higher, 13. So I'm going to go ahead and just put, like, 17,000. I'm going to put 17,000 as the initial. We'll pretend that that's what they would have assigned me. And then, again, my radio panels and all that stuff is set. I got my thing set. Let's go ahead. We got a company message. Let's go take a look at that real quick. Receive messages. Okay, load sheet. You can go ahead and accept the load sheet. So I think that changes my Init B numbers for me, maybe not when I accept that load sheet. I'll have to look at that later. But now that I've got everything loaded, we can continue on. So at that point, done with all that, I would start a checklist here. Again, I'm not going to announce a checklist on the stream. I apologize, guys. It's just company stuff that I'm not going to expose. But I'm going to look at stuff real quick. So good. That's good. Set. These need to be on auto. Altimeters are set. Good, good. Okay. Then I would give a whole, you know, departure brief, basically just talking about the weather, the taxi, the clearance, and any specials, like if there was an engine failure procedure, stuff like that. So that would be the, you know, kind of the stuff that I'd be briefing over with the captain at that point if it was my turn to fly. At this point, everyone should be boarded. So let's go ahead and get everything closed up. We'll remove the cones and chocks. All the doors are closed. So that's good. So at this point, we're pretty much ready to go. We'll get our closeout. So now let's go to these final numbers here for the closeout. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the final numbers into my Init B. Actually, this is my final numbers for the Init B. Okay, so that's good. So all that would be in there. So that's what I would do. I'd put my final numbers in there. So that's pretty much all done. But now performance. Let's go ahead and do our little takeoff performance app here, departure performance, and get some departure numbers. So we're going to take off a runway 22. It's a dry runway. Optimal flaps, no toga needed, anti-ice off. We're going to do packs on. Our takeoff weight we said was, what was our takeoff? Hold on, let's see. Takeoff weight is pretty much 154.0. And our takeoff TOW was, what was it? I think it's 30.1, so hold on, 29.1. So 29.1. Alright, so that's good. And then we'll sync the live weather. Actually, it looks like the winds have died down a little bit. And this should calculate our information for us now here. So it looks like we're going to be doing a flaps 2 departure. 149, 149, 152. So now we'll go to our perf page, 149, 149. Now in the real airplane, this would also be able to automatically be uplinked from the ACARS, but it does not in the sim. So I have to manually put it in, 152. Our acceleration altitude, the field elevation out of Paso is 3962. So 4,000, we're going to round up, we're going to do 5,000. So 5,000, 1,000 feet is what my company uses usually for the thrust reduction, acceleration altitude, and the engine out altitude. So we're going to get those in there. We've got a flex of 61 degrees. Put that right into flex temp. We got flaps 2 down 0.1. So 2/down. That's a C, not a D. Down 0.1. That goes right in there. And then the takeoff page is all set up and ready to go. Perfect. So let's see, is this updated now? Do we have different winds now? We do. It's 310 at 3. So that's, again, that's not really relevant for a normal takeoff, so we're not super worried about any of that. Altimeter's 2990 now, so we do have to change that. 2990. 2990. Set that, and it's set. Alright, very good. So at that point, doors and slides are closed and armed. Do our little checklist here. And yeah, we're pretty much ready to push at this point, chat. So let's go ahead into the ground services page of our little tablet here, and let's go ahead and connect the tug. We got the, let's go ahead and get the APU bleeds going. We can disconnect the external power because the APU is taking it. We can get rid of the GPU. So the GPU's off. Doors are all closed, tug's connected. Let's go ahead and start our pushback. Which way do we want to push? Do we want to push, I think we're going to push pretty much straight back for this one. So let's go ahead and push straight back. Start, push straight back. You know, it's going slow because I'm pretty sure I have my parking brake on. Sure enough, I do. Let's go ahead and take that off. That'll probably help a lot. Yeah, it's going a little bit faster now, right, chat? Yeah. Can hear that APU on. I think we're just going to have them push us pretty much straight back. That's right, Kenny Monster. They were supposed to tell me. Thank you. Giving me excuses for my mistakes. I love it. Alright, that's going to be good enough. So we'll go ahead and stop the push. Go ahead and set our brake. Disconnect the tug. So the tug will disconnect. He'll drive away. Eventually we would get the tow bar and the wave off. And we'll go ahead and we'll clear to start the engine. So let's go ahead and start some engines here. So we're good up there. Let's go ahead and get the ignition set. And we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to start both engines. We're not going to do one engine tax. So we're going to go ahead and start them both up. So we'll go engine 1. Valves open. Start the time. And we'll let them come up. Dub Aviator, thanks for coming in today. She's going and getting fired up. Eventually, when she stabilizes, again, it's a little bit different. The airplane that I fly, it has the EPR instead of the N1 as the top one here. At least for some of them. There are some of the ones that I'm going to fly that also have the N1 on top. It's kind of confusing. But we'll wait for all the engine parameters to stabilize. And once that valve closes on 1, I can start engine 2. So I'm going to go ahead and start 2. New timer. Good start on engine 1. we'll wait on engine 2. It's a good question, Dub Aviator. I actually don't know yet. I'm awaiting information for what I'm going to be doing my OE, my initial operating experience. So I don't know yet. Gotta wait for the company to let me know when they want me. There's a little bit of a backlog of new pilots, so the Czech airmen are very busy, so I was told to expect a delay. Could be anywhere between 2 weeks to 7 weeks, which 7 weeks would be a long time. It's a good thing I have this sim to keep me somewhat fresh. Otherwise, I'd forget all of my flows. Good start on engine 2. So what we're going to do is restart the timer. We didn't do anything up there, so we don't have to worry about it. Come right back down here, norm. Go ahead and arm this, reset this. We'll go ahead and set our flaps now for 2. We'll set our pitch trim. It should be down 0.1. Was it down 0.1 or 0.2? It is down 0.1. Yep, so down 0.1. And we'll go ahead and... I believe that's everything. Yes, it is. Alright, at this point we can turn the APU off because we got both engines running, so we'll go ahead and kill the bleed and shut down the APU. And then we're going to do after start. Don't need anti-ice. Everything's good. Go to 0. Okay, I think we're ready to taxi, chat. What's interesting is that when I got my type rating, because there is a tiller on both sides of the airplane, I actually had to do some taxiing in the sim to get the type rating, but the company that I work for does not allow the FO to taxi. So it's the tiller's there. I'm not ever going to use it unless the captain keels over, essentially. So hopefully that never happens, Jack, 'cause that would be terrible. We're in business. Look, we even got a tray table we could pull out. That's kind of nice. I want to put that back now, though. How do I put you back? Uh-oh. How do I put you back? Uh-oh. Where's the click button? Put you back. I don't need you right now. Okay. There you go. What did I say? I said we're ready to taxi, right, chat? Let's go ahead and actually act like we're ready to taxi. So, park and brake off. Pressure 0 on the brake check. Clear left, clear right. I'm going to go ahead and turn us right. Taxi on out to runway 22. Do a quick check, see if any ATCs popped online on VATSIM. They have not. So we're doing this on Unicom. So do I have Unicom up? I should. Okay, why aren't you letting me go into mode C here? That's the annoying. I have to go to on manually. Okay, that's interesting. Good to know. Learned something there for VATSIM specific purposes. Are we on Unicom? Am I on Unicom? I am. So where am I? I'm at El Paso, and I need to taxi. So I'm coming out of the terminal ramp right here, and I need to taxi runway 26. So I gotta come out of here. I'm like way back here, so I'm gonna need to come X-ray and take. Is that an X-ray? It's not an X-ray. It's a closed taxiway. So I'm gonna need to come in, exit at Gulf to Juliet, and then take Juliet. So that's actually a little confusing, I'm not gonna lie. So what I'm gonna do is take things very slowly coming out of here. El Paso traffic, Frontier Flight 986, Airbus, taxi runway 22 via Gulf Juliet, El Paso traffic. And I'm gonna be very careful about where I exit the ramp here. I'm actually going to come around here a little bit and try and exit. So here's the runway right here, right? Or is that the taxiway? A little confusing, Chad, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, so this is 8 right. So I need to come around further here. So this is gonna have me kilos. Go ahead and get a little further out here. These parallel. So this should be Juliet right here. Right up here. And then this should take me right down to the runway. This should be Juliet, should take me right down, right on here. So, okay, we're good. Yeah, a little bit of a simism there. I apologize, chat, for any little bit of lack of realism that you might have just experienced. But this is Taxiway Juliet, so we're going to take that all the way down to the end of the runway. Sorry about that, chat. You missed me fumbling around anyway with the chat up. You can take in a lot of Mets games with a girlfriend in 7 weeks. I actually do plan on going to the Mets game with a girlfriend on Wednesday, June 1st, hopefully. They've lost 2 in a row. Hopefully that's not a thing that's going to become common with them, because they've had a good start to the season. But sorry about the immersion there, everybody. I'm back, I swear. Let's go ahead and do a flight control check. Start that flow. So the captain would do his check. It'd be full up, full down, neutral. And you're looking down here, full left, full right, neutral. Captain would do rudders, full left, full right, neutral. And then he'd call for before takeoff to the line, I would do my flow. So again, I'm going to do full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral. I don't have to do the rudders again. Check my FMA. I should have 1 empty, 2 nav climb, which I do. I'm going to go ahead and put the max auto brake in case we have a rejected takeoff for whatever reason. I'm going to do the takeoff config check, which is this button right here. Should see takeoff no blue. I see takeoff no blue. Means we're pretty much good to go. And at that point, I'd also turn on my predictive wind shear and radar. Neither of those work currently in this sim, so we're going to ignore that. That is a simism for the Fenix. That has more to do with a Sobo than it does Fenix. There is no weather radar available on Flight Sim 2020, which is quite frankly disappointing. And then I'm going to quickly go through a flow, or a checklist rather. Let's see, flaps are 2 and 2, and V-speeds are set, pitch trim is set, flight controls check, flight directors 1 exit 2, ECAM takeoff no blue. That would be 2Z line. And then I would also, at this point, since we're going to get pretty much clear for takeoff right at the end of the runway, since there's no ATC, we're on Unicom, no traffic here. Flight attendants, please be seated for takeoff. They would call, I would hit the reset button. That call lets me know that they're ready. That's pretty much all I have to do at that point. Do a departure brief. It's going to be a right seat departure off of runway 22 out of El Paso. It'll be a nav departure up to 17,000 feet. Fuel required on board is between 16 and 18. We got 17.4 on board. And if we had any kind of engine fail procedure, I'd just remind the captain about it again at this point. And so that's the departure, or pre-takeoff briefing. So we're pretty much ready to go. Not quite on the center line. I'm still getting used to where the center line is from where I have like my camera adjusted in the sim. So we're kind of like right through the middle of the window is where I need it to be. Right through this first guy right here is like center line. So I've got to try and remember that for the landing, because my landings have been a little bit suspect so far in this airplane. In the sim, I won't lie. Not in the real sim. When I did my training, my landings were good. But in this sim, Flight Sim 2020, my landings have been a little suspect in this thing. I don't like the way that the Fenix lands, personally. But I've also never flown the real airplane yet, just the sim nearly. So bear with me on a lot of things, Chad. Departure is pretty much just the departure to the north and west, so I'm going to go ahead and make a radio call and let the peoples know that I'm about to blast off out of here. El Paso traffic, Frontier 986, Airbus, is going to be departing off of runway 22, departure to the northwest. El Paso traffic. I really wish I had ATC on for this, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I really wish I had ATC, but I chose this flight at random, hoping that someone would show up on ATC. Maybe someone will still show up on Denver, you never know. Denver area TCC is usually pretty good about staffing. random time, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky, but for now we're on Unicom, and it is what it is. The times are good on the engine, so I'm going to go ahead and take the chrono off. Everything is pretty much set on the airplane except for the lights. That's right, I got to do the lights because I don't have a captain for real. So let me real quick stop. Do what the captain would normally do with the lights, which is this, and this. Okay. So again, I have to obviously act as the captain as well. In the real plane, I wouldn't be acting as a captain. So there's certain things here and there that, you know, differences, simisms. You're gonna hear me say simisms a lot. I'm gonna point out some of the things that the sim does and does not do well along the way compared to at least the way that I was trained on the 320. Great Giraffe Gaming. Do you think the Fenix is just as complex as the FS Labs A320? I never flew the FS Labs A320, to be 100% honest with you, so I do not know. Because I've never flown it before. So I can't give you an honest answer. I apologize. But thank you for coming in today and stopping by the stream. We're almost there, chat. We're going to go right into the takeoff. No reason to delay. We already announced our intentions. Probably should have waited until we got a little bit closer, but that's fine. Everybody knows what we're doing. What's the difference between the 1 and 2 positions? So there's 2 sets of nav lights. So if the first set goes out, you can use nav 2 as the backup. That's really that is the difference, at least from what I was told. Otherwise, it's, you know, there's just 2 sets in case one of them burns out, even Juliet Mike. It's like a primary and standby, if you will. Now let's go ahead and try and get this thing lined up as best we can. Again, we want the center line to be for this guy, for the sim. So right about there. Alright, we're pretty much all set. Clear of takeoff because there's nobody else here. I'm going to reset this real quick. Start our actual flight time. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to start our timer. We're going to go half down on the joystick here. We're going to go ahead and get some power in, make sure that the engines are stabilized and equal. And once they are, we're going to go to our flex setting. There's our flex setting. Airspeed alive. $80 knots, the power set. Bring this back to level by 100 knots. Should probably maintain the center line, Mike. V1, rotate. Pitch it for 15 degrees. Positive rate, gear up. And I will follow the command bars. And not making a turn until 400 feet. So there's 400 feet. Follow the bars. Lever back to thrust climb at our acceleration altitude, so you see thrust climb. So the auto thrust is engaged. Let's get some speed. We're above the flap speed. You see we're above the F-bug, so we'll go flaps 1. Just maintain those command bars here. I'll pass the traffic. Frontier 986, departing the area northwest, last call. I'll pass. See, the departure kind of has us going around terrain, which is kind of neat. You can see on the terrain on ND. There's our S speed. So we'll go flaps 0 after takeoff checklist. And I'm going to go ahead and put autopilot 2 on. And let the airplane do what it was designed to do, work for me.
I'll pass the traffic, Init 505 at the terminal.
And when this goes up, you would de-arm the ground spoilers. The after takeoff checklist is complete. Good to know, Zach. Thank you. let's let the airplane do work. Try and keep the screens as big as I can here for you guys. Hopefully it looks alright in the stream. First time I'm streaming it, so I'm trying to play with the angles for you guys to kind of give you a good view as best I can. And it's going to be really loud when I go outside. It's the only thing I can warn you guys. There's that little bit of screen that we're worried about. Very realistic engine noise on the outside. I apologize for how loud it is. Sorry for torching your eardrums. She looks good though. And 10,000 feet here, but we're not 10,000 feet above field elevation. Field elevation at El Paso is 4,000, so at 14,000 that'll be our 10,000 foot call. What I am going to do though is I'm going to pretend that they just cleared us up to flight level 230. So 230 is set. Again, you see through 10,000 feet, an airplane's going to then pitch for the climb speed. In this case, it's got a managed speed of 322. The Airbus will maintain speed over pitch any day of the week. Unless you're using vertical speed. And you almost... I was pretty much taught to never use vertical speed unless you absolutely have to in this thing. So that's the only time when it will maintain your pitch over your speed. Otherwise, this airplane will do speed first and everything else later. Questions so far, chat? Is there anything I'm missing? Any glaring things that I'm missing? Guess I could have my captain be on the flight plan here, so you can follow along.
El Paso traffic, from the military ramp to runway 26 up via uniform.
I guess while I'm in cruise, I can kind of just go and be a little bit off of where I actually will be seated for the landing. Just reposition myself later so you guys can get kind of a better view of everything going on with the screens and whatnot. Does the correct stick move? Yes, I've got it so that my FO stick was moving. I don't know what those... I wasn't even waving my wings at that point. That was just a little bit of turbulence I guess we got there. I can turn this off because we're in climb speed. There's our climb, our 10,000 feet. So 10,000 feet, I'm going to go ahead and go into the Rad Nav. I'm going to clear what I've hard-tuned. And I'm going to copy the active flight plan for the secondary. And that's my duties at 10,000 feet as the pilot flying. And then we're just going to keep on rolling along here. I really wish you could see the screens a little bit better in the sim. Again, simisms versus real plane. Bit of lag there. Go lagging on me now. We just got started, Phoenix. I know it's the first time I'm streaming, and I'm sure I'm making my computer work to its very core. I guarantee my CPU and GPU are both at 100% right now. So my computer's gonna be running a little bit hot tonight. Anybody know what song that's a reference to? Running a little bit hot tonight. As far as I could tell, showing the, as long as you set FO in the settings, the correct stick was moving. So we can zoom out here. We don't need to be that close in on our little thing, on our little map here. We got Epochs. We're going to Epochs Nest and then Bodie. So you see transition, so it'll be transition standard, so we'll pull standard. So the captain can then go ahead and get the landing and taxi lights off. Everything else can stay on, can go off, everything else stays on. Excellent. We are in business. Chat. We're in business. Kind of now just kind of keep track with our flight on the Fenix stuff. Once we get up to cruise altitude, we'll start worrying about getting all like the approach and landing stuff set up. Now we can just enjoy the beauty of the sim. And yeah, this thing is making my computer work, so I apologize, chat, if I have little bits of lagging in the stream, because this thing is eating my frames for sure. Only so much I can do. You mentioned some airframes show EPR and others showing one on the top. You can see freezing EPR and one as your reference for thrust setting. I don't have enough experience on the airplane to really answer that question, Lima Juliet Mike. All I can say is when I did all of my training in the sim, it was EPR, so I guess currently I prefer EPR just because it's what I'm used to through training. But I don't have a true blue answer for you yet because I don't have enough experience with the airplane yet. It's just an honest answer. Yes, the EPR is the IAE engine. The Neos, I believe, have the N1, and then the older ones, of course, have the N1. Alright, let's go ahead and keep the climb going. So instead of level line at 23, we're cruise altitude. We start out at 32. Until we get to, which fix did we get to, where we have to descend to 31? I already forgot, Chad. Give me a second. Go to my briefing. Lavana. Or Lavan. L-A-V-A-N. So when we get to L-A-V-A-N, that's when we'll go to 31. So now we'll climb 32. Actually, let's just climb 31. We're going to climb 31. Let me make sure my prog page shows. We're going to go ahead and do 310 as our cruise. And we're just going to make it 310 instead of 32. And I'll get my flight plan accordingly on VATSIM. We're pretty much going to be starting to turn back towards the east anyway by the time we get to our... Not shortly after we get to our top climb, so I'm not super worried about that. We're just going to 31. Yeah, no ATC online right now. I don't believe my eyes, Chad. I don't believe my eyes currently. And the reason when I say that I don't believe my eyes, Chad, is because Titanium Druid is in the chat. And I haven't seen or heard from this man in a long time. It's good to hear from you, Titanium Druid. Thanks for coming in today. I'm glad that it sounds like your slumber near its end, because we'd be happy to have you start joining us with some Virtue USA Flying Club events again soon. And I also haven't seen Black Fox 403 in a very long time. Thank you for coming in today. A couple of blasts from the past right there, chat. But seriously, Titanium Druid, I'm glad to hear from you. I really am. I was legit nervous. Haven't heard from you in a while. I hope everything's going well. You're making it sound like you're going to be coming back to the sim world here pretty soon, and I hope that's true. We miss you at the Virtue USA Flying Club. Awesome, awesome, awesome developments in the chat tonight. Love it. Glad to hear you're getting back into it, man. I hope whatever you work through is done and dusted. So we're in Mach now. It's going to climb at Mach. I have it set to cruise at 0.80, I think. Let's see if it works. No reason to dilly-dally. Get the show on the road. Life does happen, that is for sure. Titanium Drew, Black Fox, good to see both of you. It really is. glad you guys are here. I'm flying an A320, and I also now happen to be an A320 type-rated pilot in real life as of 6 days ago. It was legitimately just 6 days ago. So it's cool that the sim came out literally the day after I got my type rating. It's a beautiful thing. So we're still just kind of climbing. There's nothing much to do right now. The airplane's going to do all the work. Everything's managed. We're going for 31. Once we get to cruise, we'll let it settle out and cruise, make sure everything is stable and good, and then we'll start worrying about setting up for the approach in Denver. Thank you very much, Titanium and Black Box. So yeah, this is just a bunch of Airbus magic now. Everything's kind of just working as it should, doing its thing. We're just kind of sitting here and watching it. Sorry, chat. My allergies have been brutal since I've gotten back to New York, and I mean like brutal to the point where like my inner ear always feels itchy, and obviously you can't scratch your inner ear. It's like the worst feeling ever. Brutal allergies since I got back to New York. So just don't drop the rat. Captain Crunch 411, thanks for coming in today. Yeah, I don't have any intention of deploying the rat. Just also remember that you can manually deploy the rat even on the ground in this thing, so you gotta be careful. You don't want to do that. It hurt someone. 30 for 31. I wasn't paying attention, chat. I should have called that way sooner. 30 for 31. I'm still having to get used to the fact that this airplane doesn't beep at me or alert me when I'm 1,000 feet to go. That's something that's going to take some getting used to as well. We're leveling off at our cruise altitude. Are you going to hold 7H plane? What are you going to do? No, you're going to be managed. Why are you going to be managed at 0.7? Am I going to be able to get you to go 0.8? Nope. You don't want me to manually do my cruise. Okay, fair enough. Guess we're cruising at 7.7, chat. It's whatever the plane decided was optimal. I thought I had it set to 0.80, but I guess not. Airbus gonna do its thing. In the real airplane, you'd be able to change that. So that is a simism. Could always up, you're right, I could up the cost index. Let's see. If I go to 40, what's that gonna do for me? I didn't do a damn thing. Alright, I'm not worried about it. We'll go ahead and enjoy ourselves a cruise. So now big thing looking at a cruise, make sure the altimeters are within 100 feet of each other. They are. And then I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the progress of the flight plan. Perfect. We're awesome. We're good. We're at 31. Everything's hunky-dory. So now that we're here, we're pretty much good to go. Probably got about an hour before we get to Denver. We want to really start kind of briefing everything and setting up at about 100 miles before the top of descent, which actually looks like we kind of got a ways to go before we get close to that. So let me make sure that the top of descent is showing up on the. Yeah, it is after Burrow, top of descent. Okay. So we're not really super worried about it right now. So just go ahead and cruise. Go ahead and cruise, chat. Hang out, relax, enjoy. When we get a little bit closer, we'll start to go through briefings and everything like that. I appreciate everyone stopping by. This is the first time I've streamed in well over a month. I think it's been like 5 or 6 weeks since the last time we did a stream. And this is also, I think, the first or only the second time I've ever streamed an airliner on this channel. Not usually what I do. I'm usually general aviation specific, but, you know, when in Rome. When in Rome. Let them eat cake. I wish I had cake right now, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I just made myself hungry for cake. What was I about to do? I was about to say some thank yous. So right at the start of the stream, Melvin Leroy resubscribed for 26 months. Thank you so much, Brandon. I appreciate you. Good Fix resubscribed for 17 months. Brett, thank you so much for the resubscription. I gifted Kenny his typical sub because he is the ambassador of the channel through and through. And I appreciate you guys. And then for everyone else that's stopped into the channel so far, I know Melvin's here. I saw Eric Flight. I saw Jay Smitty. I saw Zach Bartig. I've seen Kenny Monster, Good Fixins, Dub Aviator, Liam and Julia Mike. I know Great Giraffe Gaming was in here for the first time. Welcome, welcome to you. Snow Skier, my good buddy Sean. Of course, Titanium Druid and Black Fox. I haven't seen those guys in a long time. Captain Punch 411. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Appreciate it. Happy to have you guys welcome me back into the saddle, at least the Flight Sim streaming saddle. I really wish Denver would sign on. Someone sign on to Denver Center, please. That would be awesome. Please support Boris and yours. If you're watching and you're a Denver ATC controller, get someone on the center. That would be freaking awesome. So get some ATC going into Denver in this thing. That would be pretty sweet. We'll see what happens, chat. But yeah, we're in the Fenix A320. If you're just joining us, I am a newly minted. Wink, wink. Newly minted, wink, wink. Airbus A320 pilot. I just completed my type rating check ride on the 19th of this month, so 6 days ago. I passed my check ride. And I've got the type for the A320. It will be my new airplane. I will be New York based, which is great because I don't have to commute anymore. I just have to drive to JFK, that's going to be kind of a pain in the ass, I won't lie. That drive to Kennedy from where I live is not ideal, but it's way better than having to drive to LaGuardia and then catch a flight to Dallas and what I was dealing with Envoy, so. Perfectly okay with this situation. You guys are going to notice real quick, every now and then I'm going to be looking to my right here. I'm going to be watching the Red Bull game on my phone while I do this. They have an Open Cup game going on that starts at 8 o'clock. So if you guys see me kind of looking like in this direction right here, just ignore me. I'm going to be watching the Red Bull game. That's what I do. Just that's what I do. Let it happen. I gave a lot of thought to actually going to the Red Bull game tonight. Since the Open Cup game, they decided to do it at Montclair State University, which is interesting because I guess Red Bull Arena had already been booked out for like graduations and other things like that for local schools. So they're actually doing their Open Cup game, even though it's home game, they're doing it at Montclair State University. I gave half a thought to going to it, and I'll be honest, I kind of wish I did because the weather's nice, but that said, I'm happy to be with you guys tonight streaming this, so all is well that ends well. Tell Blue Fox I said thank you. Black Fox, I appreciate it. I always love baked goods, so that's a yes. I hope someone signs on me, Smitty, I really do. Anyways, we're cruising along. Still got a ways to go before we get anywhere near our top of descent, so we're just kind of chilling, relaxing, vibing, whatever you want to call it. So I can give you guys a little bit of window view here. Some scenery out the FO window, what I'd be looking at in the real world while I'm sitting there on the flight. So I don't want to make too many spoilers here, chat, but I'm sure you guys saw Snow Skier earlier in the chat. My good buddy Sean, he and I are going to do a bit of a surprise stream at some point down the road here with this this Fenix A320. So that's your hint, hint, wink, wink. I have no idea when it's going to be yet, but we'll figure it out. That's all you get for him in terms of spoiler. November 8033 Foxtrot. Michael, good evening to you. Thanks for coming in today, buddy. It's good to see you as well. I'm very happy to be back in the saddle, in the stream, with you guys. I have every intention for now, at least, of participating in the Virtue USA Flying Club event on Friday, which is the Coastline Conga that Brett is hosting right here. Friday, May 17th, 7 to 10. I have every intention of participating in that, chat. We'll see if something real world, comes up between now and then. But otherwise, I plan to be there if I'm not doing anything. I'm going to have to let Sarah know that I've got an event coming. So, and if you're in the chat and you're not already part of the Virtue USA Flying Club, where that event will be taking place, I'm going to go ahead. Oh crap! I messed up the type. There we go. Pull up a link to the Discord. If you're a VATSIM member and you enjoy general aviation flying, I think you'd enjoy the Virtue USA Flying Club. We're just shy of 600 members. Big general aviation flying club on VATSIM. We got events, usually 3, 4, or 5 events a month. We got an event coming, like I said, on Friday, and then a double feature event that's going to be happening on Sunday, June 5th as well. And then more future events down the road. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, get in that Discord. The link is there. Just make sure you read through the welcome page. Get the appropriate information in so we can verify that you do have a VATSIM account. Happy to have you on board. My allergies are brutal, chat. I apologize. I'm going to grab a tissue. Give me 1 second as I break everything. There we go. Literally break everything, chat. Go ahead and mute my mic before I blow my nose. I'm sorry. Okay, nobody needs to hear me blow my nose. Sorry about that. Thought I broke things for a second there, chat, but we're good. Can't hear the airplane, actually, so something is not right. Uh-oh. What has happened here? Uh-oh. This is weird. Well, this is interesting. Let's go ahead and pause real quick. I don't like doing this right like this. Sound. Crap. What has happened here? Well, this is, This is vexing. I legitimately don't understand. Is there a mute key? I have no idea. Okay, that didn't do me any favors. This is an interesting predicament that I find myself in, chat. Not gonna lie to you. Oh, and now the plane. Oh no. What is happening? Oh my god. Why are we climbing? Okay, let's go ahead and pull that, get that back. Alright, everything's falling apart all of a sudden. Why? Why is this happening? This is very strange. No, Q didn't do anything for me. Yeah, I do hear it. You're right. I do hear it. It's just the plane. So why is the plane... I need to do something real quick. Alright, this is interesting stuff. Go back. Sound. Nope. Engine. Nope. Well, this would be really unfortunate if I actually have to go and load everything and start over again. Go to assign keys on keyboard peripheral. So there's only a marker sound toggle. Let's see. I'm still connected to VATSIM. Radio check. Radio check. Huh. I don't know what happened. I went to go blow my nose and suddenly I don't have any sound. This is very unfortunate. Oh god. Uh-oh. I really don't know what happened. Alright, well, this flight is FUBAR, chat. No, I'm not paused at top of descent. I don't know what the deal is here. Oh, this is super unfortunate. We were doing so well. And something happened, and I don't know what. And I can't get the airplane to have sound. That is weird. Alright, let's go ahead and go audio settings. All that is good. We've lost connection to the sim. What? Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM while this is happening. Nah, the ATC is not working either. What has happened here? Alright, well, unfortunately, it looks like we're gonna need a sim reset, chat. This is incredibly unfortunate. Okay. Let's see if this does it. Yeah, Kenny Monster, I'm having issues, so unfortunately we have had to quit. Is the Fenix server having issues? That would be shitty if it is. Let's reload and see what happens. Yeah, no sound. Alright, let's go completely out of Flight Sim 2020. And it's this not the sim, because everything else is working sound-wise. It is just the plane. So I'm gonna X out of the Fenix completely here. Alright. Alright, turn this back on, and then we're going to restart the sim, and then we're going to see what happens. An unfortunate turn of events, chat. We'll wait and see what happens here. Did I use the toolbar pushback by chance? I mean, I did when I pushed back originally from the gate. That had nothing to do with anything, though. Right? Well, this stream went from really, really awesome to down dumps really quick. I don't understand why. I don't understand how this is like a thing that just happened. Oh no, I do not use toolbar pushback. I use the built-in pushback. Good fixins. Built into the game. Built into the Fenix, sorry. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's go to El Paso. Let's go back to a gate. And let's just see what happens. Yeah, well, it's working now. So that was a Phoenixism. Very interesting. We're gonna have to write that down, chat. That's gonna be one for the developers to have to look at. Well, that's a huge bummer. Guess we're gonna have to do a new flight, huh, chat? We'll run it back. We're gonna do a different route. I'm sorry for, I know Kenny Monster and Zach, you guys were following along with me, and then this happened, and I'm sorry. But what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna try and find a shorter flight and kind of run it back. See if maybe I can go without issues. So what I'm gonna do. I think I'm going to do a good old-fashioned Kennedy to Boston. I think I'll do a good old-fashioned Kennedy to Boston. Come from the north, we could tell. I could do that. Let me see. Denver. I got full ATC from New York to Boston, though. I don't want to get involved with that. I know, I'm sorry. I really screwed you guys that were following along with me because of whatever the hell happened there. I apologize. Yeah, ZNY and ZBW are both on. New York and Boston are both on. So maybe we'll go do that. Maybe we'll go hop over to JFK and we'll reconfigure ourselves here. Let's go ahead. I'm going to change. I guess I'm going to change airlines too. Does American do? Who does Kennedy to Boston? Obviously, I know JetBlue does, but who else does Kennedy to Boston in a bus? Let's find out. I think JetBlue might be the only one that does it in the bus. No, American does it in the bus. They do it in a 320. They do it in a 321. What? Are you kidding me? Yeah, American does it in the bus. Okay, we're gonna switch liveries. We're gonna pretend we're American now. That's what we're gonna do, chat. Apologize for the inconvenience. Let's go ahead and change the route on the stream setup here. I'm going to go through a whole process of getting it taken care of real quick on the sim brief end. Redneck Love and Life, thanks for coming in today. You just missed my computer decided to be... I don't think it did Titanium Druid, but that was something that I checked, and I don't know if that like screwed the pooch on everything. That probably is what screwed the pooch on everything. What was I doing, chat? Let me go ahead. We're going to change liveries. Again, Zach and Ken, I know you guys were following me on the flight to Denver. I'm so sorry. That's not what I had intended at all. Obviously, you can't control sim issues. I'm starting at JFK, Mike. Sometimes these things just happen. AA is at Terminal 8 at JFK, so we'll go ahead and choose. We'll just go ahead and park right. That's fine right here. We'll go live time, so it's going to be nighty-night time. We're going to do this in the dark now. Screw that. I kind of want to do it in the day, chat. Apologize for the lack of realism real quick, but we're going to do it in the day. Keep the live weather. And begin. And now I got to go to SimBrief and start a new flight. New flight. Let's go AAL. Flight number, real world, 2249. 2249. JFK to Boston. Today we'll depart. I don't really care. Climb profile, auto, whatever, that's fine. We're gonna do this and dish, and we're doing some stuff outside of the stream. I apologize, chat. Bear with me here. It's not what I had in mind at all. I'm so sorry. Real quickly, I'm going to turn the engines off. We're going to go ahead and get it so that it's started. Let's do this the quick way. Let's see. Settings. Okay, that's not what we want. Sim settings. That's fine, that's fine. Turn those off. That's fine. All that's good, all that's good. Let's go ahead and turn around with APU, activate. Make this as quick as possible. Alright, now I gotta finish my SimBrief stuff. So sorry, chat. First stream when the Phoenix has gone downhill in a hurry here. Let's see, 320. What's the weather at JFK? What are they using? They're gonna be using the 1.3s. Alright, very good, very good. It's 1.3 rad route to left of us. Ding, 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 shut up. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and generate flight. Yes. Let's go ahead and put myself on the FO side, and let's take it from the top. Unfortunately. Import, dismiss, mass and balance. Let's just go ahead and yeah, it's all fine. Load aircraft. Oh wow, right at reset. How many passengers are we going to carry? We're going to do 130. We're going to do this much cargo, and we probably don't need that much fuel going. We'll call it 15.4. We'll load aircraft. Instant. Again, save some time here. Alright, so that's done. Ground services. Let's go ahead and get rid of the cones, doors, everything. We'll connect the tug, get that guy ready to go. Problem is I have to go through the entirety of resetting the MCDU, which kind of sucks, so let's go ahead and kind of get all that going again. I also have to reconnect to VATSIM. What did I say my flight was? American 2249. Alright, we're reconnected. This time we will have some ATC to work with. Kennedy Tower is online on 119.1. Get him quick tuned real quick. Have some fun this way. Alright, alright, alright. TCAS is on standby. 2. Okay. Alright, real quick, we'll go to the weather. .3038. Okay. .3038. 3030. Well, if you're just joining the stream, you get to watch me do it from the scratch again. That's the only good thing that comes out of this, I suppose. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into our loading of this. Alright, that's good. Init B. Let's go ahead and init request. Should now see JFK to Boston. There it is. We're AAL 2249. We're going to do this, and we're going to do 210 is going to be our cruise, and the weather, we got -44. Alright, so that's all good. Tropo's in there. So, again, so MCDD menu, ATC, flight init. Let's go ahead and slow that in there. .39 Okay, so good. We're gonna do a bang bang flight. That's kind of what we want, since everything kind of fell to smithereens the first way. Let's go ahead and get the departure in. We're gonna be doing 13 right off the Kennedy 5. We're gonna insert that, and then it's Merritt, and it's the Roebuck arrival into Boston. What's Boston mean? Let's go real quick on VATSIM and see what their rate says. Boston is 27 and 22 left. I'm going to assume 22 left. Definitely 22 left. Alright, so arrive. ILS 22 left. We're going to do Roebuck off of Merritt and via. Let's have a via off of Noli here. Let's see. ILS 22 left. Off the Roebuck. No, it doesn't have anything that continues off of it, so no via. Well, let's take a look at this. Do I want Noli in there in case they go long on me? Yeah. No, we're going to do no via, insert. Okay. I'm just going to take it on merit that everything is in there correctly, and we'll kind of go from there, because again, we're just trying to actually, it's a short flight, so we should verify this. Let me look real quick at the Roebuck star. I apologize, chat. Bear with me. After we had some sim issues, so from Ruiz, 21, well and above 17, Yankee above 16, Roebuck between 19 and 12 and 260, Provi above 11, Jody. Cran. Okay, excellent, excellent. Let's see. Good, good, good. 5, 210, 220. Perfect. Okay, yeah, so everything's in there as it should be. Good, good. Very good. Initial altitude's going to be 5,000. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and get a clearance from Kennedy. Now that everything is different. And we actually have ATC. Tower, good evening, American. 2249 clearance, Boston. Super sorry, chat, by the way. Kennedy Tower, American 2249. Tuned. TXing. Check. Check, radio check. Is my mic not working? You gotta be shitting me. More issues with my comms here now. Radio check. Radio check.
We should be coming in for the 1-3 right.
I
Can I
just
get some
reset
vectors?
manually. So stupid.
November 200 Golf X-ray, unable to vector you for the approach.
Why is everything breaking?
Okay. Let me just make sure my flight computer is correct.
Tower American 2249, radio check.
American 2249, Kennedy Tower, live and clear.
American 2249, clearance to Boston. Oh, yeah.
American 2249, I don't have a flight plan for you. Can you please refile?
Yeah, that'd probably work, huh? Give me a second.
No problem.
Should be there now for American 2249.
American 2249, clearance and request, standby.
Okay.
Delta 491 heavy, or correction, Delta 491, contact departure. Have a good flight.
Contact departure Delta 491, thanks.
Let's go ahead and get everything else set again. APU's on. Let's go ahead and start the push while we're waiting for this. Actually, no, we gotta get our speeds in. Fudge sickles.
American 2249, I have your clearance. Advise ready to copy.
Ready to copy, American 2249.
American 2249, clear to Boston Logan International Airport, Kennedy 5 departure, heading 110, radar vectors Merit, that is filed, maintain 5000, expect flight level 210, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.9er, squawk 1552.
Clear to Boston, Kennedy 5, 110 heading, Merit, 5000 initial, 210, 135 departure, 1552 squawk, American 2249.
American 2249, readback is correct, call for taxi.
Okay, alright. Let's go ahead and just do this the right way, chat. So we got the flight plan is good, and so now we go and we're going to do the wind. We're going to do that.
WestJet 8471, welcome to New York, safe parking.
It's quite frustrating. That
What's
this
the
all
turbo
happened.
4? What's the 8471?
So I'm going to hard tune JFK.
WestJet 8471, you can taxi the ramp on Echo, right Foxtrot, left
I'm just gonna
Alpha,
go ahead and
Hotel Bravo.
straight up and get my landing data immediately. 13 right, dry runway, optimal, no, packs on. There should be a flaps 1 takeoff, so I'm going to do 1F. My takeoff weight should be... let's go ahead and eat real quick. Son of a gun. One 429 28 29.7. So let's see.
Kennedy Tower, November 29 Golf X-ray. We're going to have to disconnect. I ran out of time for this flight.
November 29 Golf X-ray, have a good night.
You too.
WestJet 8471, I need to read back on the clearance.
15-3.
Alright, taxi to gate for Echo and right Foxtrot, left Alpha and Hotel Bravo. Sorry about that, I think that's the wrong button. WestJet 8471.
Alright.
WestJet 8431, no problem.
142.8, 20 minutes. 142.8. 142.8 chat. Alright, 142.8. 142.8. 142.8. 29.7. Oh, you can sync it. Never mind. I should have just sank. Oh, okay. Oh, learned something new right there, chat. 46, 46, 48, 1 down, 0.1. We're flexing at 68. Oh, we were 1 away from a great number, chat. Flexing at 68, not 69. Alright, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Approach. Worry about that when we get in the air. Why is this active on 21? I thought I was on 19.1. What the hell is going on here? Don't do stupid things, Airbus. Come on. Departure frequency 135.9. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy active. I think everything's set, ready to go, chat. Let's go ahead and push. Kind of rushing through this. I really shouldn't be rushing, but we're rushing. I'm gonna go ahead and keep you bleeds on. I'm gonna start the engines. So start the timer.
Attention all aircraft, Kennedy Tower now closed. Contact Kennedy departure, 135.9er. Have a good flight.
Okay, I guess we're going straight to departure. I do like how it pushes back nice and nice like this. I like how it just stopped for me. Okay, park brake on. It's fine. Go ahead and disconnect. Thanks. Thanks. Let's go ahead and start 2. Got the wave off. I'll go flaps set to 1. Oh, why are the pumps off? What the hell? Interesting. Good start. Down 0.1. 1. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I think we're good for right meow. Let's go ahead and taxi. And we're starting from scratch. Sometimes life be like this sometimes. Just gotta roll with the punches, chat. At least they're departing 1-3 right, so this should be a short taxi here. We're gonna depart off of, let's see, we're gonna exit the ramp here at Manitowoc. Okay. So go ahead and open my taxi diagram. I should have this airport almost memorized off the top of my head. Departure, American 2249, short of Sierra, ready to taxi.
American 2249, New York departure, good evening, runway 13 right. Taxi via left on Bravo. November. Papa Foxtrot.
Bravo, November, Papa Foxtrot, 13 right, American 2249. I do know Kennedy very well, chat, so let's go ahead and see if I can do this without screwing up.
Departure, good evening, Phenom 5, Papa Whiskey IFR to Boston with Delta. November 5, Papa Whiskey, New York departure, good evening, stand by clearance on request number 1.
Alright, flight control check. Again, everything's going to be kind of just abbreviated since I already showed this at the beginning of the stream, and now I'm just kind of playing catch up after the sim issues, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, video max, takeoff config, signs on. Cool. Don't care about you no more. Alright, I think we're good. Flight attendants will be seated. I guess I could turn the APU off since we don't need that guy anymore. Both engines up. Not paying attention to my taxi, so I'm hitting some lights, that's fine. Simisms galore, chat. Simisms galore. Red Bull are apparently tied 1-1 in the first half of their Open Cup game. Paying absolutely no attention to the game since I got thoroughly distracted. Alright, so we're looking for November. So it's just going to be up here a bit a ways. This is what the AA Airbus looks like. Textures are very nice in this thing, definitely. Did a good job with that. Excellent.
New York departure, Delta 3688, requesting IFR clearance to Toronto filed.
Delta 3688, New York departure, good evening, stand by clearance on request number 1.
Actually, it will be nice to have the ATC now, chat. Pretty happy about that, I won't lie. So right turn here for November. Clear right. Let's go November. And then Papa Foxtrot, which is the end of the runway. Everything should be set and ready and good to go. I don't think I'm missing anything, chat. I can think it was a very abridged setup since we're scrambling here. Scrambling some eggs, trying to make do with what we got after some sim hiccups. Story of my life. But it's adapt or die. I'm adapting. Lights on, everything should be on. Flight attendants, please be seated for takeoff. Blah, blah, blah. Do it all again. Yeah, it is a shame that they don't have promotion relegation, but nonetheless, you're right. Yeah, for the guys that were trying to follow me earlier, I was so sorry about the sim hiccups. Definitely wasn't what I had in mind today. American 2249, I'll be ready upon region.
American 2249, wind 140 at 8, runway 13 right, clear for takeoff.
3 right, clear for takeoff, American 2249. So I want to pull a heading because we got assigned a heading of 110 on the
United 101 ready to taxi.
So we're going to pull that heading. 110.
United 321, your departure, hold short of taxiway Alpha.
Oh, hold short, Alpha, United 1.
Alright, let's try again.
Departure Phenom 5, Papa Whiskey, short of Quebec 4 for taxi with Delta.
Phenom 5, Papa Whiskey, runway 13, taxi via Quebec, Papa Foxtrot.
Finals clear,
Hey,
runway's
13
clear,
via Quebec,
SC
Papa
13
Foxtrot,
right.
5, Papa Whiskey.
Let's pretend like nothing ever happened, chat, and make this a flight that hopefully concludes with a landing. Alright. Start the time, pitch forward, get the thrust stabilized, and let's go ahead to our flex. Airspeed alive. 80 knots, the power is set.
United 321, runway 13 right, taxi via left on Alpha,
Rotate.
November, Papa Foxtrot.
Left Alpha, November, Papa
Positive
Foxtrot,
rate,
United
you're up.
1.
United 321, I'm sorry, runway 13 right, taxi via left on Alpha, November, Papa Foxtrot.
Heading
3 right,
110.
left Alpha, November, Papa
ahead and
Foxtrot,
pull.
United 1.
Thrust back and climb. Autopilot 2 on. Above the speed, flaps 0.
American 2249, radar contact, altitude.
American 2249, leaving 2,400 for 5,000.
American 2249, climb and maintain 11,000, turn left heading 060.
11,060, American 2249. 11,060.
Departure Phenom 5, Papa Whiskey, ready to go, 13 right.
060.
November 5, Papa Whiskey, hold short of runway 13 right, expect about a 1.5 minutes away.
Alright, we'll hold short of 13 right, 5, Papa Whiskey.
Again, after some sim issues the first time around, let's see if
American 2249, contact New York Center, 125.32,
yeah,
have good
to
night.
pull it on the ground. That might have been a me thing, not a sim thing. Anyways, we're doing it.
American 2249, contact New York Center, 125.32, have good night.
12532, American 2249, see. Center, good evening, American 2249, 6,500 for 11,000 on a heading of 060.
American 2249, New York Center, good evening. Proceed direct, Merritt, climb and maintain 17,000.
Direct Merritt, 17,000, American 2249.
Pilot Club 7, Romeo Papa, leaving my airspace.
Direct to
Cleveland Center
Merritt.
is closed, frequency change approved.
confirm.
Alright, over to Unicom, Falcon 7 Romeo
Takes nav
Papa.
automatically like a boss. I love this
WestJet
plane.
1680 cross Lendy, flight level 190.250 knots. ATIS Delta is current.
Crossing Lendy at flight level 190 at 250 knots, WestJet 1680.
Jazz 70, plan the RNAV Zulu 13 left approach.
Flying the RNAV Zulu 13 left, Jazz 70.
Yep, it is Andrew on New York Center, it sounds
And
like.
WestJet 1680, same with you, RNAV Zulu 13 left approach.
RNAV Zulu left approach.
Back to our hopefully regularly scheduled programming, nothing crazy this time, no more.
Endeavor 4732, we're ready for taxi runway 6.
Hopefully we can complete this.
Endeavor is 4732, runway 6 taxi via Alpha cross runway 31.
Again, clear this out.
Taxi runway 6 via Alpha cross 31, Endeavor 4732.
New York Center, hello, orbit 335 on Juliet 6, 190 for 210.
Orbit 335, New York Center, good evening.
Alright.
Cessna 1664, requesting further descent.
Get to its speed and then keep on climbing. Flying the American colors. Long Island.
Yes, after 31 west, next car over to Miami.
Spare Wings 2120, where are you located?
And 3120 regular.
Landing and taxi lights on.
Spare Wings 3120, call me again in about 5 minutes. I got a bunch of aircraft now on final.
Roger.
Alright, we're
Jet
back
20,
on.
descend and maintain 9,000.
Going to Boston this time.
Down to 9,000, Jet 20.
Hopefully no sim issues this time.
Jazz
Chat.
50, descend and maintain 13,000. Depart LaGuardia heading 130.
And then 130, just
Alright, this is all going to happen quick.
And depart
so
LaGuardia heading 130.
Can you notice the lights are
depart
backwards,
LaGuardia
I think? I don't think so.
Center Delta 48, just past 10,000.
Delta 408, good evening, New York Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Good evening, flight level 230, Delta 48.
Good evening, New York Center, American 471 is at 370.
American 471, good evening, New York
Alright,
Center.
let's start going through this. This is a quick hit.
Frontier Flight 2383,
Flight plan,
contact
we already
Washington
have
Center
Robot and
133.72.
22 left, so that's all in there. I verified that.
Over to DC Center for
Good
33.72.
here,
Thanks
good
for
here. Performance. Let's get the weather for
American
Boston.
2303, just cross Clipper 12000 at 250 knots, the Baltimore altimeter 3032.
Cross Clipper 12000 and 250 knots, American 2303.
American 842, turn left heading 220.
213.
F220, American 942.
Jet 20, descend and maintain 5,000.
17.
Down to 5,000,
3034. 17. 3034.
Southwest 1664, cross Beauty at 10,000, LaGuardia altimeter 3036.
216.
Cross Beauty 100,000 and all LaGuardia altimeter 13036.
Into the barrow. Fig full is fine.
New York, good
Speeds
evening,
are all
Phenom 5
fine.
Papa Whiskey is 8,900 from
That's
11000.
in there.
Phenom 5, Papa Whiskey, New York Center, proceed direct Merritt, climb and maintain 17,000.
Excellent.
Deck Merritt up to 17,000, 5 Papa Whiskey.
Alright, so the...
American 2249, leaving my airspace. Boston Center is closed. Frequency change approved.
American 2249, take it easy, Andrew. Boston Center really go offline? Are we serious?
Oh,
Coach is still on, 33-0. We'll go listen to him, I guess. God damn it. Go listen to Approach until he sends a contact me, but we lost Boston Center. That kind of blows. We're going to climb up to 210 now.
Affirmative, American 7184.
That's a
And
drummer.
American 7184, sorry about all that. And runway 27.
Transition standard.
No problem, American 7184, cleared to land runway 27.
Turn that on, that's fine. secondary flight plan again.
Delta 919, Boston Center is offline. Unicom frequency 122.8. Frequency
Alright,
change
for the
to
landing, let's
9.
do a reverse question mark.
frequency
So
change for
below
Delta
max
919, good
landing
night.
weight, field elevation, auto is at sea level, that's good. We're going to do low on the auto brake. LS, don't need anything up top, and LS.
Worker 741, give way to incoming
And I'm
Delta
going
on
to
Echo,
very
then
quickly just do
taxi
a
runway 2 to right
approach
via
south.
Echo, Alpha, November, cross runway 15 right, hold short of stack runway 15 left.
Alright, so we're going into Boston.
UPS 91 heavy, runway
chart
2 to right,
number,
clear for takeoff.
whatever the chart
This is
number
your
is,
first
it
takeoff,
is
it is 91
13
heavy.
August 20.
Delta 855, cross runway 15 left at November.
It's going to be the
Cross
ILS,
15
runway
left
2
at November,
left.
Delta 855.
Weather minimums are... I'm so used to looking at the JEPs that I have no idea where the weather minimums even are on this freaking thing. I'm so used to the JEPs, this is so bad. Anyways, we got Barrow 200, 3/4 of a mile, final approach fix altitude, 1,700 feet, decision altitude again, 216, and the go-around altitude is 3,000. That's really all we need to brief. Yeah, I can't, I need to use the JEPs. I probably should have pulled up the JEPs on my work tablet, honestly, at this point. But anyways, the approach is in, everything's good, it's briefed. ILQN is the ILS, is that what it is? ILQN, sure enough, look right here, chat. ILQN, up here, here's the approach for 22 left, I come back and I see ILQN 10-3, so the airplane's gonna do all the work for me. We're at 21, it's cruise, we're cruisy-roosies, it's cruising, we're good, alright, everything is good. We're in a very comfortable position, chat. Everything's briefed, everything's good. I can run more checklists if I want to now. Okay, yep, everything's good. We're all good to go. Perfect. Caught up, feeling alright. And now since we don't have a Boston Center anymore and we're only going to have approach, I'm just going to go ahead and pretend that they're clearing me to descend via the Roebuck. The bottom of the
American
Roebuck is
7184, welcome to
5,000
Boston,
going
cross
for
runway 2 to right at
So,
Kilo
2
and
to
taxi
left,
to
so
Terminal
out here,
Bravo
5,000
via
tally.
Kilo Alpha.
So 5,000.
Cross runway
5,000 set.
to right at Kilo
Until we
and
get towards the top of the set.
Terminal
Let the
D
airplane manage our way
via
down.
Kilo Alpha, American. Kilo, Kilo. Repeat that, please. I'm sorry.
Actually, American 7184, you got all of that right. Taxi to Terminal Bravo
Hopefully,
via Kilo
approach stays
Alpha. And you're welcome to use Echo as well if you need it.
We'll do Kilo Alpha and we'll
Oh,
cross
yeah.
2
There you go.
right
The constraints should show
on
up.
Kilo. Thank you. Have a good night, American
you got the constraints
7184.
in there now, Sean.
FedEx 3650 Heavy, cross runway 15 left at November.
Cross 15 left at November, FedEx 3650 Heavy.
Airports.
Boston approach, UPS 91 heavy, 2,100, climbing 5,000.
UPS 91 Heavy, Boston departure, radio contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain 14,000, UPS 91 heavy.
Alright, we're back in business essentially here, chat.
Hornet 1, Boston approach.
Request to land at Bedford.
Alright, Hornet 1, like ILS approach, you can do visual.
Visual, Hornet 1.
Alright, Hornet 1, stand right. Hornet 1 airport, it looks like your turn in the airport is your 2 o'clock now at 10 miles, report on site.
We'll report when in sight, Hornet 1.
Hornet 1 proceed inbound, runway 23 at Bedford.
Runway 23, airport in sight, Hornet 1.
Alright, Chad, any questions on
Delta
anything so far?
855, caution wake turbulence following heavy Airbus 306, runway 2 to right, clear for takeoff.
22 right, clear for takeoff, caution wake, Delta 855.
I can let you out of the
Work at 741, cross runway 15 left
There
at
you
November.
go. Good night, Delilah. I'll pet you later. Promise. Oh, we're looking at the seat. Sorry, chat. I don't know how that happened. My bad. Don't need you guys looking at this seat there.
UPS 91 Heavy, Boston Center is offline. Unicom frequency 1 to 2.8. Frequency change Brooklyn.
Morning, Unicom, UPS 91 Heavy. See you next time. Bye.
And we're still just waiting until we get towards the top of descent. That white arrow right there is our top of descent. When we get close to that, we will manage the descent so that it will descend via the Roebuck arrival. Good evening to you,
Boston departure, Fenix 3650, heavy. Also, I request departure on 22 left if that's
I have
available.
no idea if that's how you say that Twitch name.
FedEx
That's the best guess I had.
3650, that is available, cross runway 2 to right at November, full throttle runway 2 to left.
Go ahead and cross 22 right at November, hold short 22 left, FedEx 3650 in.
Information, Foxtrot is current. We're halting the 3035, wind is 220 at 14, and
anyways, thank
we
you
have
for the raid.
ILS 2 to left approach now available, and departing runway 2 to right.
Save settings. Slant Alpha Adventures, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you.
Boston approach, American 825 tank,
ATC is loud.
12,000.
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
American 825, Boston approach, good evening, Boston altimeter 3035. Information, Foxtrot is current, expect ILS 2 to left approach.
Expect ILS 22 left approach, altimeter 3035,
We
American
adjusted it a little bit,
825.
so the ATC is not so
Hornet
loud. Sorry
on
about that, Chad.
runway 23 good time.
Say again, American
Hardcore Pawn
825.
NZ, thank you.
There was for
Coming in
Hornet
today.
1. Hornet
Thank
1,
you for
runway
the
23
follow there,
good time.
Steve. Anyone that's coming in from the raid, Slant Alpha Adventures, thanks for coming in today. We are in the Fenix A320. This is our second
Work at
flight
741,
because our
runway 2
first
to right,
flight ended
clear,
with
takeoff.
sim issues. We lost the sound for some reason of the aircraft
Delta
on the first
855
flight.
altitude.
I don't really know why, but anyways, we're currently going
Passing
from Kennedy to Boston.
3,300,
I've got the
Delta
airplane all
855.
set up for the Roebuck 3.
Delta 855, ready for climbing maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain 14,000, Delta 855.
ILS 22 left to Boston.
is overhead
Eventually we're going to get Boston approach.
14.5
Center right
yesterday,
now.
2 arrival.
The airplane's all set, ready to go. And we're just
Delta
kind of cruising
815,
along.
Boston approach, altimeter
Coming up pretty close to our top
3035,
descent here,
information
so I'm
for
going to manage
current,
the descent
expect
very
ILS 2
shortly.
left approach.
Yeah, let's see 2 left, Delta 813.
And all I'm going to do to manage descent is push my altitude button to give it away with the 5,000 bottom set for the Roebuck for 22 left and let the airplane do all the work for me at that point. Work prices, I had a constraint short, but it's close to the world from a similar seat you'll be having in the real world series. Yep, I am an Airbus A320 FO. For those of you that are just joining, I just got my Airbus 320 type rating 6 days ago, and there just so happens that the Fenix released 5 days ago. But I am flying along, pretending to be an FO, because that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in the right seat for the new company that I'm working for. I'm going to go ahead and give away
FedEx 3650, heavy, runway 2 to left,
manage
run
descent.
line
There
up
you
and wait.
go. Manage the descent.
22 left, line up and wait, FedEx
Cross-title
3650
descent,
head.
and that's what I want. So we'll manage the descent.
Delta 855, Boston Center is offline, Unicom frequency 1 to 2.8, frequency change to Brooklyn.
Ah, Steve,
Over
a
to
little bit of
Unicom,
airport
thanks for
standby.
your help.
I hear
Good
you on
evening,
that.
Delta 855.
Just did that quite a bit. Alright, so we are managing our descent down on the Roebuck. The airplane's going to do all of the pretty work for us. Everything is set even for the approach. What we're going to have to do is change the altimeters below 18. And eventually when Boston Approach wants us to contact him, we will contact him. Couch standby. Sign off. I'm sorry that you have a crisis going on. I hope everything works out okay, buddy. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it for everyone that came over from Sign Off Adventures. My name is Mike. I typically fly general aviation on VATSIM, pretty much almost exclusively, except for the fact that the Fenix 320 just came out 5 days ago, and I literally just got my A320 type rating 6 days ago, like I talked about. So it seems, it's almost like I had to do this. Like I have to do this.
Work at 741 altitude.
I have to. It just seemed like I needed to do this. It's fun, it's entertaining.
Work at 741, ready to contact climb and maintain
into the actual sim. Of course, there's some simisms here and there, but I'm doing the best I can.
3650 heavy, runway 22 left.
Get a decent landing into Boston.
22 left, clear for takeoff, fax 3650 heavy.
My American A320. I do not fly for American, by the way. Just happen to be flying American on the sim right now. Trying to keep it as realistic as possible. I had some sim issues, unfortunately, during the first part of the stream. So we're kind of just back to square one here a little bit. But you see, we're slowing to the 260 knots at Roebuck, so the airplane is doing all the fancy work for us for this descent into Boston, as it should. Airbus is a very does a lot of the work for us. Let's put it that way. No, I do not fly for American in real life. I'm just in the sim currently. Alright, so it's going to keep on managing my descent. Boston Approach, American 2249.
Boston Approach, American 2249, go for approach.
Yeah, Boston Approach, American 2249, about 5 miles from Provy on the Roebuck 3.
American 2249, radar contact 5 miles from Provy, with altimeter 3035, information for surface current, expect ILS 22 left approach.
Expect ILS 22 left, American 2249. And that is at
741, Boston Center is offline, new frequency 122.8, frequency change approach
pretty
tonight.
much all set and ready to go for the ILS to 22 left, Chad. Just let the airplane do the work. We're below 18, so the Boston altimeter, what's the Boston
is there
altimeter?
current ground ATCO?
3035.
United 47, no, Boston approach covers top down, ground and tower.
3035.
Roger that.
3035. Set.
FedEx 3650 heavy, altitude.
Seatbelt sign is still on. We'll just
Leaving 2,300, FedEx 3650 heavy.
FedEx 3650 heavy, ready to contact climb and maintain 14,000.
Again, let the airplane
Climb
do the
maintain
work.
14,000, FedEx 3650 heavy.
American A320, fly heading 040, descend maintain 3000.
Did not even let them up. Nope. didn't
Heading
let them up.
040, descend 3000, American A25.
Sit down and shut up back there, that's all. I'm never flying insert any airline again. Yeah, that's pretty much how the general public works, right? They don't know enough about aviation, so they criticize it. It's like flights of 2020 in all its glory. Instead of Boston, realistic loud noises outside. Cheap tickets, yeah, exactly. Snow skier knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two in chat. That's all you need to know about him. Oh, you know what? I never did, I should probably do my landing distance calculations, huh? I already put in the information, like all the weather and all that, but let's go
Delta
ahead and do our
813,
landing
descending
distance
maintain
information
4,000.
here, chat. With our new little
4,000,
arrival
Delta
thing.
813.
It's Boston,
Eric
we're going to be
Flight
runway
just
22
subscribed.
left,
Again,
we're dry.
congrats on the
Fresh
320.
meter.
FedEx 3650, heavy Boston Centric to fly,
Landing weight
Unicom
is gonna
frequency
be
122.8, exchange approved, good night.
Over to Unicom, FedEx 3650 Heavy, we'll see you.
I don't remember where to see my landing weight suddenly. Why am I being dumb? We're only going to use another 1,000 pounds. So what's our gross weight now? Another 1,000 pounds. So 13.8.
American A320 fly right heading 190, intercept the localizer.
Turn right heading 190 to intercept the localizer, American A25.
And 5 slow all thrust on. So we need 66, 67, which is fine on the low brake. Plenty of runway. So all that's good. So that's really all we're doing. Just make sure we have enough runway. We do. That's a neat little app that Fenix has incorporated in there. No big deal. I don't like that it does this. It's supposed to be maintained 250. It gives you the Airbus 20 knots low window, but then it just slows all the way down to the slow end of the spectrum if it wants to, when it drags ass for the next altitude. It should try and maintain that 250. Let's see, is it going to speed up to maintain the 250 or is it going to hold this 230?
353, Charlie Delta.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. It's maintaining 230 instead of speeding up to
November
try and maintain
353,
that
Charlie
250.
Delta,
So
approach.
I'm not super thrilled about that. Let's see if the speed will come up. Man thrust. I mean, I could do man thrust, obviously, but I'm not super thrilled about that.
Right, November 353, Charlie Delta, expect runway 23 and let me get you taxi.
It's on speed. It should, in theory, be holding it, so I think that's a bit of a simism. Just bump it up and back into the D10. Is that what you found works? Let's see.
American A25, you're 5 miles from Nolly, cross Nolly at 3000, clear the ILS, due to left approach.
Cross Nolly at 3000, clear for ILS 22 left, American A25.
No, that didn't seem to do anything. I think that's just a simism.
And, November 353, Charlie Delta, runway 23, taxi via Golf cross runway 29er.
Runway 23, taxi via Golf, cross runway 29er, 353.
This is what the real Airbus will do, chat. When it has like a really shallow descent for the next thing, it'll just do like this like 500
Delta
whatever small
813,
descent,
fly
it'll just
right
drag its
heading
feet to get to the next altitude.
130 back to China.
130, Delta 813.
Second half of the Red Bull game, they're tied 1 to win.
American A25, maintain 170 knots or greater until focus.
Maintain 170 greater, American A25.
Wish they made the screens a little bit more visible and bigger in the sim. Difficult, especially when I'm streaming to kind of show you guys everything that's going on. Did minus 284 Kitty Monster. I don't think I have the landing rate meter
reduce
on.
speed to 170.
And I don't think I'm going to turn the
Delta
landing rate
813.
meter on, to be honest with you, because my landings in this thing haven't been great, so we don't need to see that. So we're just going to base it off of what the sim looks like when I land, and we're just going to judge if it's good or not from that.
Approach, good evening, P95, Papa Whiskey's at 1000, Robux 3 with Foxtrot.
Number 5, Papa Whiskey, Boston approach with altimeter 3035, expect ILS due to left approach.
We'll expect ILS 22 left 5, Papa Whiskey.
So it's still just dragging ass. We're doing
Delta
10,000 feet
813,
stuff,
fly right
so I'm just
heading,
gonna look real
190, intercept localizer.
at the Rad
190,
Nav here.
intercept
Again, we already
localizer, Delta
verified
813.
ILQN for the approach 10-3, so that's all good. So we're identifying, there it is, right there. Boom. We don't need to listen for the beep boop bops, we just need to identify it that way.
United 47, you can't really taxi without permission here. This is controlled airspace and controlled service.
Ooh, someone's getting yelled at you. Take him down. Approach. Take him down.
That is 47. Boston approach.
Copy, United 47.
United 47, you do need permission to taxi. You cannot just go and taxi in the movement area without permission.
Roger that.
It appeared we had no ground online.
Yes, and when there is no ground online, then the next job controller is the one that is controlling it. So this is still controlled area. I will ask you to disconnect and reconnect at their terminal area, and then we can get you ground instructions to taxi.
Damn, this approach controller is going hard.
American A320, runway 22 left, clear to land.
22 left, clear to land, American A320.
It's going hard, Chad. Laying it on these guys.
Delta A13, 1 mile from Nolly, cross Nolly at 4000, clear LS 22 left approach.
Third ILS, runway 22 left approach, Delta A13.
Nothing approach today, Delta 2442 with you on the roadback.
Straight to Simbrale. Yeah, no easy day here.
Delta 2442, Boston approach, radar contact, Boston altimeter 3035. Information Foxtrot is current, expect ILS 22 left approach.
We have Foxtrot and we'll spread out to the left southwest, sorry, Delta 2442. Do you have any metering sort of the traffic right in front of us, any certain speed you want to?
Van Hammer.
Yeah, I'm not talking to the traffic is showing 290 indicated, so if you want to decrease your speed by, say, 20 knots, that should help.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Thanks, Delta 2442.
Yeah, that's good, everything's good. Yeah, we're all good. And I really don't like that it's holding 230 when it should be holding 250, that's bothering me.
United 1178, Boston approach, runway to the right, taxi dear November, cross runway 15 right, close sort of taxiway, hold of runway 15 left.
Should want it to hold that.
Alright, Alpha November will cross 15 right, hold short 15 left, United 1178.
Company message, but I'm going to completely ignore that. Because I don't care.
Delta 813, reduce speed to 160.
160, Delta 813.
I also don't even remember where American Park's at Boston. What was the gate on flight over here? Bravo 6. Okay, so we gotta try and find Bravo 6. Yeah, actually, freaking Boston Airport diagram on my tablet here. Bravo 6. All the way around the back. Of course, you're in the back here.
And United 47, there are United.
Literally all the way back here. Bravo 6.
United Airlines call sign is UAL. That's Uniform Alpha Lima.
And this guy is
really change it for you here in the flight plan, but you probably want to reconnect under that call sign with your ex-pilot as well.
This approach controller is not taking any shortcuts tonight, Chad. He says you get it right the first time or you don't get it right at all. Damn.
Delta 813, runway to the left, clear to land.
22 left, clear to land, Delta 813.
Boston approach, American 915, 10,000, passing cross Cran.
American 915, Boston approach, good evening, radar contact, 2 miles off Cran, Boston altimeter 3035, information Foxtrot is current, expect ILS 22 left approach.
Alright, I'll get information Foxtrot and ILS 22 left on the approach for American 915.
Number 353, Charlie Delta, runway 23, ready for takeoff.
Approach Delta 408 with Foxtrot,
Caps
Robux
5,
3,
it's gonna
and
speed
Rover
up
Robux.
to 250. Yeah, look, it's going to speed up to 250 now, like it should have been the whole time.
American 825, vacating runway 22 left.
American 825, thank you. Taxi to Terminal Bravo.
So what we're going to do,
Via
Chad, the last
Romeo
restriction
Echo,
is
cross
tally
runway
at
22 right.
5,210. See that right here, tally at
Taxi
5,210.
Terminal Bravo via Romeo Echo, cross 22 right, American
When we get
825.
to tally, Chad,
United 1178, cross runway 15 left and November.
Alright, crossing 15 left at
we
November,
are
United
going
11.
to full speed, since that's the last speed we were assigned. And then either Boston's going to tell us, approach is going to tell us to maintain speeds on the approach, or eventually we'll
Boston Approach, good
give
evening,
away
Delta
the
408,
speed, go to
descending via
manage
the
speed when
Robux
we're ready
3,
to slow down
direct
to our approach
Proby,
speed.
and information Foxtrot.
Delta 408, Boston approach with altimeter 3035, expect ILS 22 left approach.
Expecting ILS 22 left approach, Delta 408.
Boston approach, Kodiak 341 Sierra Whiskey, about 27 miles to the north. Request full stop at Boston with Foxtrot.
Boston approach radio check.
Alright, Delta 29 radio 5x5 and Kodiak standby.
Probably shouldn't be trying to watch a Red Bull game in stereo cockpit, Chad. So
Kodiak aircraft calling takeoff and again.
but we're still just managed.
Kodiak
Everything's looking good on the
341 Sierra
approach.
Whiskey.
Just waiting for some vectors, really, at this point from approach.
Alright, Kodiak 341 Sierra Whiskey Boston approach, squawk 3540 and ident.
3540 and ident.
That pink dot right there is where the airplane's going to start to decelerate for the 220 knots at Patrick.
American 2249, descend maintain 3000.
3,000, American 2249. This is now where we're going to go open descent. And he's killed basically the speeds off of the rest. I'm going to slow down to the 220 knots like we would have had at Patrick.
Delta 813, welcome to Boston. Taxi to Terminal Alpha via Romeo Kilo, let's see, Romeo Echo, cross runway 22 right.
Roebuck.
Romeo Echo, cross runway 22 right, Delta 813.
United 1178, runway 22 right, line up and wait, traffic crossing downhill.
Confirm the approach phase.
Alright, 22 right, line up and wait,
Approach
there,
phase is
1178.
now armed. So that way when we give away the speed again, it'll slow us down to the approach speed with the appropriate clock
Kodiak
settings.
341 Sierra Whiskey, radar contact, 20 miles northeast of Boston, that's right. Cleared into Boston class Bravo airspace, you can proceed direct to Boston for now.
Cleared to the class Bravo airspace, we'll see to Boston. Kodiak 341 Sierra Whiskey.
Just waiting for some more vectors now.
American 2249, descend and maintain 2000, fly heading 310 vectors to final.
2000 and heading 310, American 2249. 10.
United 1178, runway 22
Go
right,
ahead
clear
and
for takeoff.
sequence the FMS here
Runway
now.
22 right, clear for takeoff, United 1178.
Good evening.
Excellent. So now we're all
Good evening.
sequenced up.
Boston Tower, this is United 47, requesting push and catch.
We're going to slow to 210
left.
here. We're going to go flaps
Alright,
1. speed
United
checks.
47, before we get you to push and taxi, we need to get your clearance. You cleared into JFK Airport via SOX. Let's say you didn't file SOX 6. Are you able to SOX 6 departure?
Is he going to blow me through this final here, chat? Dealing with this
United 47, are you able to accept SOX 6 departure? American 2249, fly left heading 250, intercept local left.
250 for the localizer, American 2249.
And American 2249, you're 6 miles from focus, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS 22 left approach.
Alright, 2000 still established, cleared ILS 22 left, American 2249. So approach, autopilot 1, clear for the approach. I'm going to go ahead and give away my speed. Low glide slope in the background. The speed's going to start slowing down to our bugs here for whatever I have the flaps set.
November 341 Sierra Whiskey. I'm going to take you to the runway 22 right. So fly heading 260 for now. So we'll get you on the other side of that final.
22 right, heading 260, and are we supposed to stay at 4,500 or what's your whiskey?
Number 341 Sierra Whiskey, maintain VFR at 2000.
Got runway in sight.
VFR 2000, Kodiak 341 Sierra
Let's go
Whiskey.
flaps 2, speed checks.
United 47 requesting clearance to JFK.
We're not being told to maintain any kind of speed, so the speed's our discretion on the approach here, chat. So I'm configuring as I was trained to configure. Again, we have the runway in sight. Hi, Delilah. You appear just in time for the landing, girl.
Alright, United 47 cleared to JFK via SOX 6 departure. Then it's filed, climb VSC, departure frequency 133.0, squawk 3401.
I don't have a landing rate meter on, chat, so don't worry about guesses.
Could you repeat that again?
United 47, I'll send you a PDC, I think that would be easier.
Roger that. That's
United is having a time tonight, chat. And the controller is having a time.
United 1178, say altitude.
Passing through 5.5 for 1660,000 left.
Glide slopes capture, we can set our go around
United 1178, climb and maintain 14,000.
Alright, climb maintain flight level, or sorry, climb maintain 16,000 for United 1178.
American 2249, runway to the left, clear to land.
22 left, clear to land, American 2249. Turn the timer on, that's my technique for sure to clear to land.
Number 5, Papa Whiskey, descend and maintain 4,000, flight heading 320.
Down to 4,000, heading 320, 5 Papa Whiskey.
Final approach fix, 1,700 feet, that checks. We're gonna go flaps
And
3.
United 47, once you squawk the right squawk, I'll get you pushback instructions.
And flaps full, landing checklist, arm. Thrust is speed, ECAM landing memo, landing no blue.
Boston approach.
Number 341, Sierra Whiskey, you can fly heading 220 for now.
220, 1 Sierra Whiskey.
Oh, we're visual, huh? Why don't we just hand fly this son of a gun?
United 1178, both passengers are flying uniform frequency 1 to 2.8. Frequency change approved, good night.
Alright, 22.8, frequency change approved, 1178. Zero!
Boston approach triple 1179, ready to
1,000.
Charlie 15, and we've got
1,000 feet, stable on tower.
Just to 1169, pushback into rapid to discretion, advice raise taxi.
Alright, push back out into the rapid R discretion, we'll unlock them ready for taxi, triple 1117, or 1169.
This airplane auto trims, it's freaking easy. It's so scarily easy.
Number 5, Papa Whiskey, descend maintain 3,000, fly left, heading 250, intercept
I'm sure I'll be
localizer.
seeing this approach terminal.
250 down to 3,000, intercept the localizer, 5 Papa Whiskey.
500.
Number 341, South Sierra Whiskey, proceed inbound, runway to the
400
right.
RA, you'll see the land green, but I'm already
Shoot
visual,
inbound
so that
to
call
right,
doesn't
1
matter.
Sierra Whiskey.
And once Sierra Whiskey, altitude to your discretion.
There it is.
Out to my discretion, 1 Sierra Whiskey.
I'm already visual at this point, so I'm just doing it the old-fashioned way
100
now.
above.
We're gonna wait for it to call me a retard a couple times.
Minimum.
Landing.
Boston approach number 353, Charlie Delta.
100.
November 353, Charles Delta, Boston approach.
Light slope.
Could I pause there for about 5 to 10 minutes?
30.
I'll get back with you.
20. Retard.
Yes, you can pause there, no problem. 353, Charles Delta. Roger.
That might actually be the best landing that I've done in the sim so far.
Boston approach, good evening, it's
Ground
Cactus
spoilers.
1761, descending robot 3, runway 22 left, over crane.
Reverse green.
Number 5, Papa Whiskey, you're 4 miles from Vocus, cross Vocus at 1,700. Clear the ILS, 2 to left approach.
Focus at 1,700, clear the ILS 2 to left, 5 Papa Whiskey.
Number 5, Papa Whiskey, traffic is 1 o'clock at 1,700. Kodiak, same direction of flight, he's going for 2 parallel runway.
Why?
I think
This
I'd
is
say
doing
5
what it's
Papa Whiskey.
doing.
Number 5, Papa Whiskey, maintain visual separation from that traffic.
Maintain visual separation, 5 Papa Whiskey.
There we go.
Cactus 1761, Boston approach with altimeter
I don't want to exit on a
3035.
runway, so we'll just keep
Information,
going here.
Foxtrot is current, expect ILS to the left approach.
Okay, Foxtrot current, we'll be looking for 22 left.
I'm gonna make this next right turn, which is gonna be Mike 1.
147 has squawked code, ready for push and taxi.
United 47, pushback into Kilo
Clunky
approved,
on the
advise
line,
ready
right there.
taxi.
Roger that, we'll advise you when we're ready to taxi.
American 2249 is off on Mike 1, taxi to the ramp.
22 left, clear to land, 5 Papa Whiskey.
American 2249 is off on Mike 1, taxi to gate Bravo 6.
American 2249, taxi via Mike 1, Mike Bravo Echo to Terminal Bravo.
Alright, Mike 1, Mike Bravo Echo to Terminal Bravo, American 2249, thank you. Alright, so we're clear
Number
runway,
341, Sierra
Captain's
Whiskey,
gonna
runway 22 right, clear to land.
disarm the speed brakes.
Did you right clear to land?
That'll
1
trigger my little flow, so after landing, I'm gonna start timer. I'm gonna go ahead and start the APU for him if you would request me to do so. I'll come down here. This is good. This is good. Flaps
Boston
up.
approach, good evening. Learjet 570 Papa Mike descending through 204 now,
Radar and
Norwich 7.
weather
Boston.
and all that would go off. So just taxiway Bravo right here. And then we're going to keep an eye eventually
Number
on the brake
570,
temps.
Papa Mike, Boston approach, Boston altimeter 3035, information. Foxtrot is current, expect ILS to the left approach.
Landing lights off.
Roger, information Foxtrot, we'll grab it and we'll expect ILS for 22 left, Learjet 570 Papa Mike.
American 915, descending maintain 3000, flight left
Already gotta do
heading
everything by
310,
yourself
vector
with
final.
Down to 3000, over to 310, heading for American 915.
Alright, turn around bend, I'm looking for taxiway Echo. These would come off. Almost forgot that part of the flow. How dare I?
Boston approach, good evening, 2 Bird 517 Bravo. With information Foxtrot clearance, Heathrow.
I'm going to gate Bravo 6.
Speedbird 51 Bravo, Boston approach, clearance on request, number 1 standby.
This is going to be Alpha. Next one is going to be Alpha. This should be Echo.
Speedbird
I'm
51
currently
Bravo
flying as
heavy,
American.
clearance and PDC, advise if you have any questions, otherwise advise ready for push.
Kill customer, thank you.
You know, there's no JetBlue livery for this aircraft. Currently.
American 915, fly left
Probably
heading
because
250.
it's CF engines, which JetBlue does not have.
Over to 250, and it's a localizer.
So we're going to go and taxi all the way around.
Delta 2442, descend maintain 4000.
You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to pick one of the gates right here, chat. We're just going to take, just going to take
United
this guy right
47, we are ready for taxi.
This guy right here is going to be
Let me
good
see
enough.
the instructions.
Don't know if it's our terminal or not. Don't really care.
United 47, I message you there.
We're going to disconnect from the network because that is getting annoying. Don't have anybody marshalling me in, so we're just going to go and do that. Stop. Set the brake. Captain's going to do a bunch of stuff, and then he's going to let the passengers be released. And then I'm going to do that guy and that guy. And we made it. We didn't die. Look at that. Now the sim is going to do some things automatically. Look at that. It's going to go right. Gate. Fancy pants stuff right there. Opens the door for you. All the cargo doors are going to open up. Pretty neat how all that's kind of integrated right into the sim with the jet bridge and all that. I thought at some point the cargo would open up, but that's fine. Deboard. Maybe now they'll open up. And maybe not. Alright, that's it. We've done it. We have done it. We have successfully, after a hiccup trying to do El Paso to Denver, and we switched from front to American and did Kennedy to Boston, and we landed without issue, and that was probably the best landing I've done so far since I got the Phoenix. That was actually really nice. Proud of that. Now I do wish I had the landing rate meter on, and now I'm disappointed that I didn't. You guys got gypped to that, and I'm sorry. But, that was about as good as I can do for you guys by myself, at least in this thing. Using the knowledge that I have gained getting the type rating in this airplane only 6 days ago, based off of what my specific company had taught me. There is definitely some simisms along the way, and even some things that I still messed up, and it's going to take time for me to get used to in the real airplane. When I actually start flying and eventually get my OE and all the stuff like that. So I definitely will be staying in the books until that happens to make sure my check airman doesn't think I'm a dumbass when I finally get to the airplane, the real airplane. But yeah, that is the Fenix Airbus A320. To answer your question, Dennis the Menace, no, I did not use the fly-by-wire at all in this. I know some people that have, that said it was pretty good. I went straight to this thing, because typically when I stream, I don't usually stream airliners. This is a rare occurrence tonight for you guys. I usually stream general aviation, because I am the founder and one of the admin of the Virtue USA Flying Club, which is a general aviation club. Oh, good fictions, you beat me to it. On the VATSIM network. The Discord link is there. If you're a VATSIM member and you enjoy general aviation flying, you should join the club. We've got an event coming up on Friday night that Good Fixins is actually hosting. That I should, unless something comes up Good Fixins, I should be there on Friday night for that event. Unless something comes up real life. But, yeah, so normally I fly GA in the network chat. This is doing this Airbus stuff again, and it just so happens that I just got my A320 type rating 6 days ago, and the Fenix 320 came out 5 days ago. So everything kind of aligned where, yeah, I kind of want to mess around with it, see how realistic it is. And it was fun. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it so far. I think it's worth the money. There's definitely some issues with it, some simisms, some differences from the real airplane. Differences, especially in the engine, from at least what I fly, or I'm going to be flying, I should say. But it comes out to roughly $62 US, $50 Euro. I think it's worth it. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm glad I was able to finally present it to you guys on the stream. I don't know what happened with the hiccup on the sound on the first flight. We're just going to let that slide. We're going to let that slide. A couple things, like with the speed, when it's doing the managed descent, I don't like that it holds the lower part of the speed. It should hold what the actual speed is. So, you know, certain things here and there that I'm sure they're going to tweak to make the airplane a lot better as they go along with updates and making the sim better. But that does it for me this evening, chat. Eric, I don't think I ever got around to saying thank you for the resubscription, 17 months. I got so involved in what I was doing with the airplane, so thank you so much, Eric Flight, if you're still here for the resubscription. I appreciate you very much. Steve, thank you for the follow. Slime Alpha, I know you had some I don't know if it was Slimy stuff, but you had some issues, so you had to leave the stream, and you gave me a rate of 35 people. I appreciate you for that. And then Kenny Monster, Good Fixins, Mel Leroy, you guys subscribed to me early on in the stream. I appreciate you guys very much. Sean, thank you for your inputs as well, Mr. Snowskier. Him and I might have a little surprise in store for you guys somewhere down the road. So we'll try and cross that bridge at some point when we get there. Jay Smitty, good fix, and Titanium Druid. Titanium Druid is excellent to see you. I'm so glad that you came into the chat tonight. It's good to hear from you. Thank you so much. Mike, thank you. Appreciate you as well. Let's go and see if we can find someone to raid, chat. Give me a minute here, chat. Let me find someone to raid. None of my normal peoples that I would raid are streaming currently. Let me see if there's any Flying Club members that are still streaming. If not, we're going to be doing a random raid. Are you still streaming, Connor? Nope, you're not streaming. Okay, so nobody is really still streaming, so we're going to be doing a random raid here. So let's go to Microsoft Flight Simulator on Twitch, and we're going to do this randomly. Actually, I lied. 757 Spy is also, he is streaming, so I lied. 757 Spy is streaming. He's streaming the Phoenix. So we're just going to go right to him. You guys are going to go from one Phoenix to the next. So let's go ahead and get that raid going. And before I go, guys, thanks for coming in today. Really appreciate it. Oh, pushed the button too soon. What happened? Hello? Hi. Let's try this again. I pushed the ending button too soon. Thanks for coming in today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the 320 sim. Have a great night. Stay safe. Say hello to 757 Spy for me. Enjoy his Phoenix flying. Probably a little bit better at it than I am. He's a sim master. Good night, guys.